Welcome to Secret Spirits Scotch Whisky Advent Calendar, day number 19, edition number 5, or something like that. Anyway, I've started out with a glass of Glencadam Origin just to get myself calibrated more or less. And, well, without any wasting more time, here we go. I think we're looking for day number 19. Where are we going to find that? There it is. Second from the top on the left. And there it is. Second from the top on the left. Okay, let's bring this over here without looking at the label, and we're going to try it. This is really quite exciting, you never know what you're going to get, especially if you don't look at the labels. It's always a surprise. Every time I open up one of these, it's a surprise, and I have no idea what it's going to be. And so I can be completely unbiased in my assessment of it as I nose it and I taste it. What else? There have been some exceptionally good drams in this whiskey calendar so far. Somebody asked me yesterday in a comment, what are your thoughts about doing this again? Well, after I have one of those exceptional whiskeys, I definitely want to do it again. And after I have one that isn't quite so exceptional, I go, well, is it really worth it? I don't know. I still have yet to decide, and I'll decide when the time comes, probably when the 6th edition calendar goes on sale next year. Anyhow, here is the little sample bottle of which I have not seen the label. And this one opened up quite easily. And I will pour it right into this clean Glencairn glass. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's got some little bubbles on the sides, but they're popping slowly. Let's see now. Cask strength, Speyside or Highland, and it's going to be bourbon barrel. That seems to be the trend. That seems to be the trend with this calendar so far. Uh-oh. I got a whiff of something that might be just a little different from your... Getting some peat. Oh. Peat smoke. Yes. Peat smoke. Something that smells like cedarwood. Citrus. Lime and orange this time. Lime and orange. There's peat. The peat is manifesting itself as lime and orange. I don't know. Is my perception of peat changing from what it used to be? It used to be that I would get tar and asphalt and creosote and, that kind of thing. Pitch, tar, creosote. Nowadays, I don't seem to be getting much creosote, and pitch, and tar, and road asphalt. I'm getting a lot of citrus. Now, at first, I got a peated nose from this. Just getting a lot of citrus now. That's a curious combination, lime and orange, but that's what I'm getting. Lime and orange, underlain by some vanilla. There's some vanilla under there. Let's see what the legs look like, but I have said before that I'm not an expert on legs. Oh, I'd say they're kind of fat, but they move fast. Yeah. Citrus, citrus, citrus. I'm still thinking this is a relatively high ABV. Somewhere between 50 and 55. Maybe higher because that citrus is really that lime and orange combination is quite strong. Yeah, it's leaving my nose tingling. It's leaving my nose. It's strong. I'm not getting any subtlety now. No subtlety at all. I'm getting just that powerful orange and lime citrus notes. Where at first I was getting some peat. Oh, I still am getting some peat, but it's it's a it's a slight undertone of that heavy citrus. I think I should give it a taste pretty soon, and then add some water and see what happens. Okay, that's no surprise. I'm getting a tingling on the sides of the tongue. For the flavor, I got that same citrus, strong orange and lime citrus notes, and the peat kind of snuck in between those. The peat is like, it reminds me of Kalila. It reminds me of a Kalila peat. It's not as medicinal and iodine as an Ardbeg or a Laphroaig, but I didn't get that much of it. It was like citrus, and here's a little peek at peat, and then it's citrus again, and it's tingling on the sides of the tongue. But now, this was only one sip, but now I'm getting an aftertaste on the roof of the mouth, on the palate of peat. The finish is peaty. Fascinating that. Let's try it again. Okay, we're getting citrus again. We're getting lime and orange. Lime and orange. That is a strange combination. But the lime is dominant over the orange. It's different. I kind of like it. There's some of that Irish Spring deodorant soap note again. Why don't we just call it Shamrock Whiskey and be done with it? It's coming in a little malty too. Malty cereal notes. I think I'm getting some vanilla, but the ABV is too high to really be discerning. So I'm going to taste it one more time and see if I can get that peaty note again, peeking through the citrus and sticking to the roof of my mouth and giving me that long finish again. Mm. Hmm. While sloshing it around in my mouth, I was getting some of that peat. And then as soon as I started to swallow it, as soon as I started to take a breath in, that's when I got the citrus. Lime and orange, a little salty too. And now, just about now, my tongue, which is somewhat anesthetized by the high ABV, is going to taste an aftertaste. And there it is of peat. And it's not, like I said, it's not an overpowering peat. I'm going to add some water. Let's see what one little drop of water does to it. Because with yesterday's sample, one drop of water made a huge difference. It turned an alcohol monster into a smooth and creamy experience. One big drop. One big king size drop. Or should we call it a quig size drop? I don't know. There's that lime again. Lime on the nose. That's itchy. It's really itchy. Maybe I shouldn't have shortened my beard. I don't know. I'm getting a little more malt than I was before. But I'm still getting a lot of that citrus, lime. I don't know if one drop was enough. Let's try. That's brought the tingling on the sides down to a more reasonable level. That has made it a little more briny, but still very citrusy. Still a lot of lime and some orange. Oh, what's that? Oh, pencil shavings. Wait, no, it's not pencil shavings. It's peat. If I breathe in hard and short inhalations, peat. You know what? This peat reminds me of the style of peat that I'd get from a Laphroaig. But there's a lot more citrus here than in a Laphroaig 10, which is the only Laphroaig that I'm familiar with. But that could be it, because it's not a typical peat that you'd get from Islay. It's peaty, yeah, but it's not. It's softer and more gentle. But wow, is there still a lot of citrus in there. See what happens if I add a little more water. See what that does. There's that tingling and the citrus. I want to get under the citrus. I want to get past it. Maybe that won't be doable in this instance, because I will have finished this dram by the time I get under that citrus. Lime. Not so much orange now, but just more lime, if that was at all possible. Let's have a sip of water. It's still strong citrus taste. The citrus is still there, but much more rounded and easy to take. There aren't any of those sharp points anymore of alcohol. Now, as a whole, I get citrus first, and then it comes in with that woody peat towards the end. Mouth-watering woody peat. suggesting maybe there were a lot of roots in the peat. Wood, that there were a lot of wooden roots in the peat, and that would suggest to me that it's definitely not an Islay whiskey. It's not an Islay peat. I think it's a Highland peat. Oh, there it is again. On the nose, I get the citrus, the lime and the orange. And then I start to smell pencil shavings. And then there's that gentle woody peat. It's a pattern that repeats itself. Now there's peat underneath it telling me, here I am. A young, exuberant peat. But I don't think it's an Islay peat. Yeah, I'm getting that gentle peat and pencil shavings and lime and orange citrus and not really much else. It's good and it changes around and it's a little different every time I take a sip, but it's a pattern that keeps emerging now. It's pretty much the same thing all over. I don't think adding any water will bring anything else out, any more water. Here's the bottle. Let's find out what this is. What is it? Oh, 80 Rattray, Williamson Laphroaig. Williamson Laphroaig, aged 13 years. What is a Williamson Laphroaig? Oh, This is a strange Laphroaig. Williamson Laphroaig, aged 13 years. Single malt Scotch Whisky, distilled in 2005. Cask type bourbon barrel, cask number 800123, region Islay, and 57.3% alcohol by volume. Now this one is just weird because of the high amount of citrus in there, and the Laphroaig peat is really understated here. But now that I know what it is, the similarity with Laphroaig 15 is apparent. But there's just so much more citrus here and so much less smoke, which only comes peeking through every so often. And it fooled me as to what kind of peat it is, because This one is even more citrusy than the earlier Laphroaig that we had. Which one was it? Regional Series Isla. Well, this has been interesting. Definitely something different. Not a typical Laphroaig at all. Well, you fooled me. I thought you're Laphroaig or something, but you fooled me. You fooled me. Edi Retre, I salute you. Slanchava.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.